Don't close the door. Yo, welcome back to another episode of Live in the Huddle podcast. I told y'all I got some stuff for y'all all this week. Now, as you see, we got a special guest, the man, the myth, another legend. We got the George Campbell. George, say what's up to the people, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What it do?
Yeah, this is my homie George. Really one of my best friends. Met him at Florida State. You know what I'm saying? I call him Chicken George. Y'all can't call him that. I call him that. This is like I say, one of my best friends. We're gonna get into it. Real quick, just a few announcements. Like I said, this week, got a lot of stuff coming up this week. Friday, I will be announcing something that's very, very humongous. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I got shows for y'all. I got lives for y'all the whole time. So just stay tuned. Live in the Huddle podcast and right here. So for the people that don't know, because everybody don't know, Mr. George Campbell. I mean, I rock with legends. I rock with stars. I like to give people their flowers. George, right here, played wide receiver, right? So talking about somebody who did it all on really every level. Coming out of high school, Under Armour All-American, right?
Yes, sir.
He was an Under Armour All-American, top 10 wide receiver in the nation. A lot of people had him top 6 in the nation. He was top 35 player overall in the nation. And what high school class?
2015.
What was some of the people that was in your class?
Let me think. We had Derwin James. We had Francois. We had Quez. Let me see. We had T-Tom, Tavares McFadden.
Give me some people outside of FSU.
Outside of FSU?
Yeah, give me some of them dogs.
Oh, dog, that's tough. I'm trying to think back to that class. If I'm not mistaken, we had Calvin Ridley.
Was that Malachi Dupree? Was he in that one?
Dang, bro.
Or was he in mine?
I think he was in yours, bro. I'm trying to think. Dang, who else was in that 2015 class with us?
I don't think was Jalen Tabor, the DB from Florida.
Nah, he was older than me. He was a year ahead of me. I'm trying to really think, bro. That joint was tough.
Y'all might have been the cream of the crop coming out y'all class for real.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, bro. That's crazy. I can't even remember who I was in our class that year. That's crazy.
Yeah, y'all might have.
We had some good quarterbacks. I think we had Rosen. We had Stidham.
He was in your class?
Yeah, Jared Stidham. Jake Rosen. Remember the cat from UCLA?
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
I remember some of the quarterbacks. Yeah, obviously, like I said, Francois, but I don't know. I can't remember them. If they won at Florida State with us, I forgot them.
I forgot. Hey, so something else real quick for the people out there. I know people be seeing my background. They see the football. They see like my picture at FSU on my senior day helmet, Monopoly sign and all that. A lot of people see that bottle right there. And this is actually a humongous bottle. Can you grab that bottle for me? Mm-hmm. My assistant is G, baby. So this right here.
Shout out people what I mean right now.
This is a humongous bottle. This ain't your average size bottle right here. So somebody decided to pop up. You can put that back on my birthday, right? Popped up on my birthday and basically was like, yeah, you see this whole bottle? We gonna kill this bottle within 24 hours. And we did exactly that. So I keep that bottle up there. Next time you come up, I'm gonna have you autograph that though. But that's something very special to me. I don't never celebrate my birthday. But let's go ahead. Let's jump into it and pull this stuff up. We're gonna go ahead and talk about your high school career. Now, just a little background on your high school career. You wasn't the only dog on your high school team. Who was that other cat that was over there? You feel me?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna name that other cat that was over there, but outside the other cat, we also had some other dogs, some that's currently still in the league too at that. But that other cat, the other dog that was on the other side of me was Taylor Scott.
Yeah.
Dynamic duo, man.
And Scott went to Clemson, right?
Yes, sir. My right hand man went on to Clemson.
Hey, him,
Clemson Florida State rivalry.
yeah.
Play a couple times. Get it
Hey,
in.
Deshaun Watson, and he was there for Trevor Lawrence too.
Yeah.
They ain't have to do us like that. So it's cool. We out of school now, but they ain't have to do us dirty like that. So just to kind of kick it off, what really got you started playing football? Right? Because I know you from Florida, and that's a whole thing in itself. Like Florida athletes, y'all are bred differently. This coming from a Georgia boy, so I can't say y'all are bred differently. So what really got you playing football?
Oh man, that's tough. My uncle, being legit, my uncle got me in it early. I think I was like 6 years old. Got on the flag, Florida for you. From there, went on to keep playing. Went on to Greenwood. The hood league. Everybody play for that hood league to get a little tough sometimes. So I went over there and played at Greenwood for a little bit. Started getting my little skills honing in. I was trash at that time, and then I ended up switching over. I ended up switching over to a team called Countryside. Countryside Junior Cougars, and man, hey, that's when that fire it ignited, man. I think I took the team that year. I led the team in the league in touchdowns. I think we went to like a championship. I think we lost. I think we lost in the semifinals of the championship, one or the other. But that's when that fire started to kick in. Like, okay, I'm solid. And from there, we just continue to progress and continue to grow.
So you seen at a young age that like, yo, I'm actually fine with this. I can really do something with this, or was it just more, I'm just fine with this?
But nah, my eighth grade year, I'll never forget it, dog. I'm having a conversation with one of my old heads, and we talking. He like, man, boy, you good enough to get an offer right now. You get one offer right now, everybody else gonna pull the trigger. And I remember talking to Muschamp my eighth grade year coming in. I'm about to get ready to go be a freshman. Muschamp said he want to offer me as an eighth grader, getting ready to be a freshman. So I'm like, hold on, all right, yeah, you far jet, you
Like
feel me?
while he was at Florida, right?
Yeah, Muschamp was at UF at the time, and man, shout out to Muschamp. But yeah, my first offer, and then right after that, USF pulled the trigger. We ain't gonna talk about that, but USF pulled the trigger, and the rest went downhill. All the big schools seen that UF came in and pulled that trigger on a guy like me. So everybody else was interested and intrigued.
Yeah, so you from Clearwater, you know what I'm saying? We people don't know, but don't matter where you from in Florida. You go to a Florida school, we all talk junk, we talk trash about everybody. And if you from out of state, you get it worse than anybody. I got it worse than anybody. So with you being a Florida cat and you got your first offer was from a SEC school that was the University of Florida, like what was that feeling?
Man, it was everything above amazing, dog. Like I say, for me, it's different. Obviously, like we talked about coming in, where I come from, how I grew up, everything. So for me to just know I had a way to go to school and to be able to go play college football, I didn't care if it was D1, D2, D3. I just knew I had a scholarship that was paid for. And thinking back on it, my parents didn't have to pay for school. Nobody had to come out of pocket for me to be able to chase my dreams. So for me, that was major.
Hey, that's what's up. My first offer, a lot of people don't know, it was Miami. I committed off the rip. So I was committed to the games for like
we,
2 years.
we ain't gonna talk about all the commitments.
Hey, oh, you went down that rabbit hole too. Okay.
Hey, hey, listen, man. Like I say, man, is one this all I'm gonna say, dog. Shout out to that guy, Muschamp, man. Muschamp, a good dude. Shout out to Muschamp.
Nah, I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. You know, we got to live and learn. So you ended up, what made you choose FSU over other schools? Because, I mean, like I said, you was an Under Armour All American. You played in the Under Armour All American game, coached by some legends. You played against some legends. You had plenty of offers. Really could have went anywhere in the country. Why FSU over any other place?
Man, it was that culture. When I got there, dog, it was that culture, dog. Like, and firsthand
Hey,
that
tell the
culture.
people. I know, but tell the
Yeah, you feel me? Okay, the culture. man, just how we was, just seeing before I even got there, just seeing how everybody was being bred. Like this is we machines. Everybody coming in and you feel me. We working. Everybody competing. The dogs on dogs. That's the first time I was introduced to 12A. Good on good. You know what I mean? This iron sharpen iron. We starting our practice good on good. So it was the culture, and that culture that we had at Florida State, you really wouldn't find it nowhere. And there was only one other spot that I found it at, but the situation at hand kind of steered me right into FSU. And I was looking at LSU, and at the time LSU was going through with Les Miles. So Les Miles and Jimbo, they all coached under the same coaching tree. So
Yeah.
that culture, atmosphere, that work ethic, and just building a dog, they had that blueprint already. So those are the only two schools that I seen just like a culture, just of man, we finna get out here and work. And I'm talking about nine at night. These boys getting it in. I'm on a visit, just watching like, damn, this. Okay, this something I need to be a part of for real. Um, and then after that, dog, I get to Florida State, and I get introduced to Coach Darcy. Uh, he's a Tampa guy as well. He was recruiting Tampa, stayed in Tampa. He was a solid dude, all around great guy. Never cussed, So that also steered me into him because I knew I was going to somebody that was gonna help me turn into from a boy to a man. But ultimately, man, yeah, it was just that culture, dog. Just being able to get there with a bunch of dogs and we all pushing each other to be great.
So that's a real fact. Like Coach Dawson never cursed at y'all.
Nah, for sure. Nah, bro. I think I probably heard him say like maybe one or two cuss words the whole time we were there, bro. And that's real talk.
Yeah, hey, must be nice. I don't know how that feel. Um,
I mean, he ain't gonna yell at you though.
I mean, yeah, he got y'all in check. You know what I'm saying? The times that y'all needed to be in check. But one thing I do say I love about what I seen with Coach Dawson, what I seen with that receiver group. Sometimes y'all would be in practice, and we know how practice go with Jimbo. He is a perfectionist. We're not gonna do it till we get it right. We're gonna do it till we can't get it wrong. That's the motto, right? If y'all are having a underperforming practice, y'all would literally group up and be like, all right, yo, we got to do this for Coach Dawes because it's gonna come back on Coach Dawes, and then he gonna have to give it to us. Like we just gonna make it to where let's practice perfect, great reps, catch everything, and y'all did that for Coach Dawes. You don't really see that with too many players to coach, especially on a college level. So that was just something I always really did with y'all. You feel me? Um, you kind of dug into it a little bit earlier, like the culture at FSU. You said that you seen when you came on visits how they was doing good on good. It was real competition, right? Now, me personally, I was gonna wait to talk about this stuff, but since you kind of brought it out, we just jump into it. You feel me? Right now, we all know that Jimbo left after 2017. Well, during 2017, he left when we were there with Jimbo, right, versus after Jimbo, talk about that culture of being a Seminole during that time period and what it meant.
It wasn't the same. I ain't gonna lie, that culture died, and you can blame it on the coaching style. You can blame it on however you want it. And to be honest, if it's me, I'm putting it on the coaching style because they was so busy pushing the culture out instead of embracing what we already knew.
In what
You
way?
um, Tag wanted to get that Jimbo culture up out of them, man. He didn't like the way he felt like we did things with Jimbo. But as a team and a bunch of us as guys, we understood what Jimbo was putting into us, and that's what we embodied. So it was hard to embody that new culture, that jigging and jerking culture. Jimbo ain't going for that. He don't mind the music and this and that, but we ain't going for that jigging and jerking, man. And I think that's when the culture really died. It wasn't nothing wrong with the dancing and jerking, but we getting our ass kicked. You feel me? Like we jigging and dancing at this point, but you might just come to practice happy and just happy to be here, because you know what the circumstances is. But man, ultimately, dog, it was a real culture shock. just coming to a coaching staff that we got that year, everything from myself personally was a horrible experience. I probably wouldn't even recommend it to nobody, man. I give it 0 stars for sure.
Nah,
But
because you said something that the Kalen, he said the same thing, bro. He was like, we getting our ass beat, but we still coming out here swag surfing and dancing. Like,
yeah, and as a staff, you all right with it, and as players, like I mean, you can say something, bro, but what you really finna say? Because at the end of the day, bro, it is mano y mano, bro. You know you gotta do your job, do what you're here to do, but yeah, man, it was just a completely different culture, man. And for myself, it was hard to embrace it.
yeah, and I remember those times where as players and older guys, because we was really like the not big dogs, but we was the vets of the team. We've been there the longest. We know how this thing go. I remember the times where we tried to correct it, like, hey, this isn't how practice should be. We get new coaching staff, new players, but it's a level of it's a standard.
Man, listen, I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna cut you off right here.
Uh-oh.
If my dog Nooney ever see this, Naquan Murray ever see this,
I send it to him.
he gonna be able to attest to this. I knew the culture was different. We had a guy go in the office, supposed to play 1 week. He supposed to start, right?
Yeah.
And this under tag. He supposed to start 1 week. He don't start. You know, I'm fresh off that injury. I'm feeling good. You know, it's supposed to get right. You know, this man went in there and cried tears. You didn't recruit me to bring me way over here and tell my family you flew me all the way across America for me not to play.
I'm already knowing who you
Hey,
talking about now.
hey, bro. When I seen that, bro, I knew it was my time to go, bro. It's time to get up out of here, bro. It's not. Jimbo would never go for nothing like that. Jimbo might send you home for coming in here doing that. We ain't even getting down like that.
So
You finna earn yours.
for you, that culture shift after Jimbo, the program not being what it used to be, the standard wasn't the standard no more. And then I guess that was just like your breaking point, like, all right, I need to get out of FSU.
That, bro, but my breaking point, man, I remember like it's yesterday, bro. Because to this day, if I ever see Tag, if I ever see Coach Kelly, I'll tell them the same thing, bro. Yeah, we in the Clemson game, getting our ass kicked. That nigga Tag come up to me say, "Hey, you ain't been in the game."
Stop playing.
Art, who was the offensive coordinator?
Stop playing.
Who was calling the plays? Walt Bell wasn't calling them, so who was
Well,
calling the plays?
that's something else.
Who was calling the plays? Walt Bell wasn't calling the plays. So you mean to tell me you ain't know I got in the game, but you calling personnel? Hey,
I ain't gonna hold you. Coach Bell's supposed to be calling the plays, and I know if you got an OC will give you a play over the headset. You either go yay or nay. But I swear it seemed like Bell sending the plays through the headset.
and
Tag,
Tag calling everything.
forget what you talking about. We finna do this. I never forget.
Hey,
It was
yeah,
Virginia Tech. If we play Virginia Tech, bro, we getting beat, but we feel like, first game of the season, we still in it. He was like, y'all ready? We finna go down here and score. We like, yeah. He said, all right, uh, we're gonna put the slot. He said,
nah, I'm finna tell you exactly what he said. I'm finna tell you exactly what he said. I know exactly what you're talking about. But I'll tell you, bro, bro, I'll never forget these moments, bro, because it was a big switch for myself, bro. Like personally, mentally, like that was a big switch for me, bro. And I would never forget it. He tell us, all right, like you say, we're gonna put the slot here, put the slot there. What y'all think the best call is right here?
oh, we talking
Huh?
about games. I'm talking about, he said we gonna go, it's like
Talking about
trips
Virginia
left.
Tech. Talking about Virginia. We played
He was
Virginia
like
Tech.
trips
Yeah.
left. No, he was like trips right, jet left. He's like, no. Trips left, jet right. And we like, yeah. Zone left. I said, what the fuck? It's
Yeah,
over.
that was just that was the straw though. The Syracuse game was the straw, but like I say, ultimately also too, man. You know, obviously the injuries that I battled being at Florida State and The stuff that I went through there was just for me. I just needed a mental break, dog. Like I gave my if Jimbo would have been there still, I can honestly say I would have never left. I can promise you that. Just situation with Tag, just being unbalanced and at two different standpoints. It was either I stay here and enjoy the relationships and the guys that I truly love being around and build and keep building that relationship with these guys, or I go and try to better my career for myself. And that was like the one thing for me. It was like I haven't had a healthy season yet. Granted, the injuries I couldn't control that. Very unfortunate. But for me to be able to be healthy, I can control this. I can control the narrative, and I ain't want to go out like that.
I
So
feel you.
I had to come out and make a statement and come out with a bang. So that's what led me really to just get out of there.
Now you just said with injuries and staying healthy. A lot of people know that you had injuries at FSU. A lot of people know that you will rehab very hard coming back from those injuries and really just push your body to crazy limits and just extreme limits, you feel me, to get back on the field. Dealing with injuries, career wasn't going how you might have wanted it to go. Coaching changed, culture changed, everything changed. And you saying, you know what? I need a fresh start. I need to mentally reset. I need a new environment. And you decide that what from after Florida State?
At the Florida State, I'm healthy. I had just talked to Coach Franklin up at Penn State, him and Coach Parker at the time. I'm like, man, I'm going to Penn State. I had it in my head already. This what was going down. I didn't know need no reassurance, no nothing. I called him, hey, I'm coming to Penn State. I'm committed. I went on my visit. I let him know, man. I'm like, this is where I want to be at. Obviously for myself, I would have been alongside another great receiver, KJ Hamler. But they had a good team that year. I think if I'm not mistaken, they made it pretty far. I think they ended up losing. I think they lost like one game away from being to the championship, if I'm not mistaken, that year. Whatever. They had a good season either way it go. But yeah, I just wanted to go over there, restart, man, and just kind of reignite my career.
I feel you. I feel you. Now, the plan was Penn State, and I remember being on the phone with you, FaceTimes, and we be chilling. But I'm going to Penn State. I got to do this. I got to do that. But it's looking like Penn State. And then next thing I know, luckily I was able to hear from you, the horse's mouth. All right, bro. I'm not going to Penn State, but I'm going to. Where did you end up going?
West Virginia.
There we go. That boy went to West Virginia. Now your time at West Virginia, being that you're from Florida, right? You are a true Florida boy. You went to the mountains in West Virginia. What was that like? Just going from Florida to West Virginia?
Oh, different, boy. Hey, I'm out there in them sticks for real. You come out here in Tallahassee, you go out there in like Mariana, outskirts and stuff, Thomasville, in the country. But out there in Morgantown, everything country. You leave outside of Morgantown, you ain't in nothing but mountains, man. But it was beautiful for myself to get out there and just be able to see something new and, like I say, a fresh start. So for me, it was good.
Now I remember cause we used to FaceTime all the time. FaceTime, play the game, Call of Duty, all that, all the time. So it was like you wasn't here, but at the same time you was here in spirit. I remember one time, let's see if you remember this. You ended up calling me, bruh. You'll never guess what happened. I said, what's up? You was like, something got loose on campus and they don't know where it's at.
Hey, boy, I tell you, but that snake, but I told you that snake, that python, hey, bro. Hey, oh my God, bro, I'm crying tears right now to that one, boy. Listen, so long story short, man, python got loose out. I don't know where it came from, if it was the zoo or what happened. It was just a wild python. I don't know what happened. Long story short, python got put on the loose, but it was on campus. So they trying to monitor the snake, but they ain't got no tracker. So people just going around. If you see the snake, they just gonna post like, okay, seeing the snake location, whatever. Then the news will report it. But I remember I got up one day, I seen that thing said pythons on the loose, and I stayed the way my apartment was set up at the time. It ain't nothing but woods by me. So I used to think I'm gonna be the next person to get bit or something, boy. So I used to think I was gonna be the next Anaconda movie or something, dog. I was so scared, man.
Bro, I never forget that. I remember you was like, bro, it's a python on the loose. I'm like, what you mean it's python on the loose? Ain't no pythons in West Virginia. Bro, it was from the zoo. It got loose and they don't know where it's at. I said, well, brother, sound like you don't need to be going outside and you might want to get your feet off the ground and stay up on the bed until they find it. I
It's crazy. It's crazy too, because that bit was loose and I had to walk to practice one day. And you know how paranoid you be every time you hear something, you turn around. I'm like, man, but listen, I'll never do it again.
Hey, but now while you was at West Virginia, you had to battle the python, but you had a little record going while you was at West Virginia. I think you made ESPN with it. I want to say the record was, I think it was every catch or every other catch was a touchdown, and you had that streak going for a while. I want to say you set a record with that. Being that you go to West Virginia, right? You set records coming from Florida State. You was working hard to get a consistent role with the offense and show everybody what you can do. What was that mindset switching from Florida State where I got to go to this new college, I got to prove myself of why I'm here, why I'm supposed to be here, and you're making plays.
Oh man, that mindset came from just everything I went through at Florida State, dog. When you look back at it, even now to this day, people always used to tell me, oh, I didn't pan out at Florida State because you had the wrong people around you. You was doing the wrong things. You wasn't focused. You wasn't locked in. But people like you, people that was really there firsthand, know how much time I used to spend with Jerry, how much time I used to spend with Julie,
After practice,
after
before
practice, before practice, on off days, just really getting it in, man. Unfortunately, like I said, I couldn't shake that injury at Florida State. So for me to be able to get to West Virginia and be healthy, a clean slate, nobody can judge me for nothing. I'm just here to work, man, and I think that was what really built the mindset of what I got at West Virginia. And it was also, I knew it was my last year. Like, this is it for me. So I got people depending on me to be able to, feed somebody. And at the end of the day, I just wanted to get in and just make a difference whatever way I could, whatever opportunity I got. If it was a small opportunity, big opportunity, I just wanted to be able to take advantage of it because I just came from somewhere where I didn't even get opportunity when I was ready.
I feel you on that, and I think that's that saying that Jumbo say, see a lot, see nothing, see a little, see a lot. And that's like you said, I just need one decent opportunity and I'm
Yep.
gonna show y'all. And you did that. West Virginia though, like, but that's one hell of a transition going from great weather, being in the mountains. You got beautiful Florida, you got beaches, you got it all in Florida to go somewhere. And it's kind of like you isolated yourself to really just work on yourself and build yourself. You talked about the adversity, the mindset, all these things. I hope young kids see this, you know what I'm saying? Like really see this and they can understand that just because it's not going the way that you want it to go, it don't mean that it's not going to happen. You feel what I'm saying? Delayed doesn't mean denied. Now, from West Virginia, you had a crazy career, put up crazy numbers. Let's talk about from West Virginia to the pros. Did you get drafted?
Nah, man, no draft. Went undrafted to the Jets.
So you signed.
Yep, signed to the Jets. And
Signed to the Jets. I remember being on FaceTime with you then. Like, all right, bro, meetings. He at this person's house. He having fun. He handling his business. A lot of people don't understand how the league works. They just see the football side, but not understanding. Yes, it's 50% football, but 50% business at the same time. So a lot of people feel like once you make it there, you just automatically good. Being that you came from Florida State, West Virginia, now you at the Jets as a undrafted free agent. I want to say is what it is. You're there. What are the current battles that you have to battle with being a signee?
oh boy, you got a lot of battles every day. You can't make the wrong move. You can't. You feel me? You gotta just look straight, head down, looking straight every time. With everything that you do, you're in a situation where you not a guy that was drafted. A guy that was drafted is gonna take me way much longer to get you up out of this building, opposed to somebody who just undrafted. I can get you out tomorrow. You feel me? I have no complete ties to you. If I draft you, I don't put some money in your pocket. I can't really just get you out that door immediately. And I think that's really the battle is just every day, just making sure you're doing the right things. You don't want to slip up and give somebody a reason to get you up out of that building, but I also want to give you a reason to keep me in this building.
I feel you on that. You said something right there. You're not able to make any mistakes because you might be looking across the field and your replacement is walking in the building versus a guy who got drafted. He has room to make mistakes, and it's like, all right, we can work with that. Can you speak on that like a little bit more in depth?
Basically, let's just go to the draft. We'll go to the draft. Let's just say a guy get drafted. He the second round draft pick guy. But then you're an undrafted free agent on the back end.
Hmm.
That guy that was drafted, I put money into him. I invested in him. I used a pick for him. So he's more valuable. He's more of a token to us right now. Not saying that this undrafted guy can't prove himself and become valuable, but this guy here is he's valuable off the ripper. You know what I mean? As soon as he come off, as soon as he fresh off the plate, we invested in him right off the rip. You know what I mean? This undrafted free agent guy, he's expendable. He's expendable. I can get him gone today, tomorrow, next week, and bring somebody in. Same thing with the guy that's drafted, but like I said, you put money into him, so I'm going to spend more time trying to make sure my investment
There
follows
you
through
go.
for me. You know what I mean? So if you're an undrafted free agent, I'm not coming to you to like, hey, you did this wrong. We gonna fix this. Nah, either you finna fix it or you don't. That guy that I drafted, hey, we did this in practice today, but we gonna fix this, yada yada, or this the situation we got at hand. Let's correct this before it becomes a problem.
I feel that. I feel that. See, a lot of people they don't understand that part of the business. A lot of times people don't understand the business, but that part of the business, I'm glad you spoke about it because they really just don't understand that. Now you had your stint in the NFL. You left the NFL. Did you go to the UFL off rip?
Nah, so after I left New York, I ended up going to Canada with Calgary.
Okay.
Spent some,
Stampeders?
yeah, the Stampede. Spent some time out there with them, and then I caught COVID, and that situation was crazy. So
Wait,
I
wait,
ended,
wait, 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 wait. You was so you was on Calgary when COVID hit.
yeah. So when COVID was big, I had just traveled over to I had just got over to Canada. It was like getting ready to be major. This one it was like widespread, and I ended up getting out there, but they were like, in order for you to be able to get back and forth, I couldn't leave the country. So if I wanted to leave the country, yada yada, you had to get vaccinated, stuff like that. I ended up getting vaccinated. Probably not even two, maybe like 2, 3 weeks later, um, got COVID. Oh, and I'm talking about, dog. I'm in the crib. I'm calling people. I'm like, I'm down bad. I'm up here by myself too. So I'm in the crib calling, like, man, I feel like I'm finna die in here. Like, I can't breathe. I'm waking up every night. It was crazy. And that situation ended up happening. And the way how COVID was going on, I with the team, we ended up separating and going separate ways, which was good for myself. 'Cause like I say, it was during COVID, so at that point, I had a kid. I had Jace. So at that time, I'm ready to get back to my little one too. So it ended up working out good, and I was able to transition from the CFL and go right into the XFL at the time.
Okay. So that transition, Florida State, West Virginia, signed to the Jets, Calgary. Now you transition into the XFL. What was the XFL like? Cause y'all made it, bro. Y'all made it seem fun when y'all used to call on FaceTime, like, bro, get out here, get out here. I'm like, man, I'm trying, bro, but dog, everybody trying to get to the XFL.
Nah, yeah, man. You know everything, every league, every place you go, it all got its pros and cons, man. But you know, you make the best of where you at. And I think that right there, that was a good time because you just met a bunch of dudes who we all in the same boat, man. Everybody trying to get back to the league. You trying to get back to where you started at, you know. And ultimately, that was something on our team. At least I know a lot of guys wanted to get back to that league, so we were pushing each other. It was a fun experience to be out in Dallas and just enjoy it for the first year of the XFL. You know, I can't complain. Like I said, everything has its pros and cons, but we definitely made the best of it.
Yeah, you, Kelly. Then eventually we had some more guys. They ended up going out there, and then Nooney. Like, bro, y'all liked it out there. Y'all was doing y'all thing.
It started off with a bunch of no's in there. You know, Bobo was in there, Francois, Quiz. You know, we had some dogs in there, man.
Now we talking about how old were you at this time?
For XFL,
Yeah,
oh man, what was it about what 3 years, 4 years now? 29, so I probably like 20. Ooh, I don't know, 26.
about 20. Yeah, about 25, 26.
Yeah,
So
25, 26. I'm like, dang, yeah, it was just 3 years. It was just like 3 or 4 years ago. So yeah, like 25, 26.
yeah, so you transitioning from the XFL. You you came home, but you not like where you at now. You're not home. Like, and thank God. I tell everybody that, bro. Once you leave out your hometown, do not go back to your hometown. Like, you far enough, you close enough, but you far enough where ain't nobody finna come bother you.
Yeah,
And
you know, I stay on the outskirts. I'm still at the crib, but I'm on the outskirts of the crib. Yeah, it take a little bit of time, so ain't nobody come across no bridge gonna see me.
now you to the point where you a grown man at this point after the XFL, and you making major moves, major connections, just being around the right people. And you know what I'm saying, you ended up creating one. We ain't gonna talk about the other one. We're gonna talk about this one right here, which is the Next Level Wide Outs Academy. So if you down there in that Tampa area, get at my boy George. We're gonna end up leaving his contact info. Get at him on Instagram. Send kids, adults, anybody who want that work at wide receiver. Get at my boy George. Uh, you also played DN in high school, so you might need to get in your DN band too. I ain't forget about
Hey,
none of that. You feel me?
just chill. Hey, I got some things up my sleeve, man. You know, I'm about to try to take this academy to the next level. Think about adding in a couple things. You know, hey,
So
it's a
what are you created this academy, right? You post on social media, and I see that you do it a lot of times with just little kids that's just hungry to learn. They want to get better. You feel what I'm saying? What was your expectations with opening up this academy?
man. Honestly, oh man, I can't really say an expectation, you know, because what I got right now, to be honest with you, I wasn't expecting it. I started off training. I didn't LLC it. I just came out just training. You know what I mean? And I wasn't really getting a lot of kids, but you know everything happened for a reason. And then I LLC it. I get serious. You know, I end up locking in and really taking it serious. You know, I used to call you all the time, like, bro, I got these kids, want me to train them, but I just don't got the time.
Put it
Or
on the back burner, and I'm
yeah, or you know, I tell you, man, I don't feel like doing it. I just ain't got the urge or the energy to do it. And now, man, like I get that urge to do it. I get that energy to do it. So it's like what I got now exceeds expectations, man. Honestly, because I've locked in on it for real. I've honed in on it. I really enjoy doing it, and I really like doing the younger kids just because you know, every day they gonna come with a smile on their face. Good day, bad day. You know, they want to get better. They want to learn, and they always excited. I also like doing the older guys as well. You know, you get more advanced, but those younger kids, it's just that every day is just next day. You know, that next day mentality. What can I do the next day? What can I do the next day? And they're always excited to get better. So right now, what I got going on is honestly exceeding my expectations. And like I say, I plan on growing it out and to make it bigger than what it is.
yeah, I got some ideas myself. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I see like Kelly our teammate Derek Kelly. He is getting into it. He just
Yeah,
did
you see, he got
Kim.
What is it called?
Protect. No,
Pro.
Protect last song. It's something
It's
like that. We gonna get Kelly on here too.
Yeah, it's called Protect, man. Shout out to my dog Protect. If you got offensive linemen, they in Louisiana, you can go
New
holler at my dog.
Orleans. Yeah, tap in with Derek Kelly.
If you're in the NOLA, baby, if you're in the NOLA, baby, go holler at my dog out there. What happening, baby? Go holler at my dog out there in the NOLA. He gonna get you right.
Yeah,
But
it's something on my mind that I want to do. I'm not gonna speak it on here. I don't want nobody stealing the idea and running off to the bank with it, but it's something I definitely want to do. One thing that I want to transition to, and for me, this is like the most important part. I feel like with knowledge and wisdom, it's kind of like your duty to pass that along to, like, other people in the younger generation. While you was at FSU, you were on the field, you played, but it might have been in a sense where, like, you might get a throw here, throw there, catch here, catch there. But a lot of times, all right, let's put George out there. Hey, run this route. We need you to be a decoy. Hey, run this route. Bring the safety over so we can hit the slot guy. You went from that to making plays on ESPN, was the top guy at West Virginia. Can you talk about that mindset a little bit?
oh man, you just gotta keep going. Every day ain't gonna be glitz and glam. Sometimes you got to put your foot in the mud in order to walk on the concrete. And honestly and truly, that's the one thing I can say. But it's also another thing to add on, something that was dropped on me. This one of Coach Dawes' gems right here, man.
Oh, here we go. Hey, get your notepads.
Hey, listen, make sure your house in order. You know,
Hey, no, hey, talk
I
about that. Talk about that. People
never,
hear
hey,
it, they don't know what that means.
I never understood that. You feel me? He used to stress to us all the time: make sure your house in order. Make sure your house in order. As a college guy, you thinking, yeah, my house clean. I got groceries. You feel me? I'm doing my thing. Ain't nothing to worry about. But as you get older, and now I got a family myself, you really understand what it means to make sure your house in order, which is make sure everything that you got taken care of. Because if that's taken care of, everything else will fall in place. And it start off with God. Make sure God is the pedestal of everything that you're doing, and from there, everything else will branch off on the tree for yourself. But that's really it. Just making sure your house in order, making sure you're doing the right things when nobody looking. Sometimes it's hard to do the right things at all times, and that's something that I learned for myself. Is sometimes you wanna take that easy road just because you know you can do it, but sometimes taking that easy road ain't always good, man. Take that long route and really embrace the process and understand what you're going through it for.
Hey, bro, that's what's up. And
Feel me? God
with
gems.
that, I need, before we get up out of here, I want you to drop some advice, right? But this the guidelines. It could be any
Okay.
advice to the next generation as far as football, life, business, or simply being a man.
Mm. God, there's so much you can tell legit, man. So much you can tell legit. Honestly, man, just my advice to the next generation, besides making sure your house in order, uh, embrace the process. Embrace the process. You know, that's gonna make you. That's gonna make or break you. If you can embrace that process, I promise you're gonna come out 10 times stronger than what you went in. And sometimes that process might be longer than somebody else process. But just stay the route. It's always gonna be a marathon and never a race. Just remember that, because at the end of the day, somebody gonna tell you, "Oh, it's a race, not a marathon." But if I'm running a race, what you doing? You racing against somebody else. But if I run a marathon, I'm racing against my own time. I'm trying to beat my time. So I think that's the advice I drop on the Jets, man.
I feel that. That's some good advice. I would say my advice, I had a little time to think about this. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. The only
Ooh.
way that you can grow, the only way that you will ever succeed is in a uncomfortable environment, a uncomfortable state. Mentally stay strong, physically stay strong. Remember what you're doing this for. Write your goals out. But it's gonna come a time where you're going through that storm and it seems like, oh, I'm not gonna come out on the other side. You're gonna come out. You just gotta get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and you're gonna come out. That's my little advice. George, can you go ahead and give the people the contact information on your Instagram where they can reach you at for the academy real quick?
Yes, sir. Listen, if you need receiver wideout training, you can follow me on social media at Next Level Wideouts Academy. Like I say, it's up and coming. We're gonna continue to put great things out there. Just stay tuned.
Do you want the anything else you working on that you want to announce right now? Any shout outs right now? This your time right now, brother.
Oh no, man. Hey man, shout out to the guys. You know how it goes, man. Hey, and when I say the guys, y'all know who y'all is. Shout out to the guys.
Hey, I think this gonna do some numbers right here. I think the next one I gotta come to your city. I've been saying it for a while. Me and Troy, we talked about going to a certain game, a certain nighttime game, and no, it's not FSU, it's somewhere else. So we gonna see.
It's the football season. I'm telling y'all, I'm out and about, man. Hey, I might start me a podcast and catch me at all the games. Cause September 5th, I'm at LSU Clemson in the real Death Valley. I'm gonna put it like that. I don't like Clemson to win this one, but hey,
It is what it is. It's the business. I get it.
you know what I mean? Hey, my hands tied, boss man. But like I say, man, it's some big games this year, so definitely gonna be in tune on football season for sure.
Low key, George just dropped a little gem for y'all about what I got coming up this weekend. Stay tuned. I'm announcing on Friday. Y'all gonna see it Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I got videos coming. I got interviews coming. I'm hey, get on my Instagram. I got the lives coming. I got everything coming. You feel what I'm saying? Just stay tuned. This my big homie. This is George Campbell. You need that wide receiver work down there in that Tampa area. Get at my dog.
Hey, and come on, hold on now. Before we go, bro, it ain't the culture. If it ain't the culture, you gotta do a shot. I gotta take one for my dog before I get off this
This
thing.
man said he got to do a shot. Y'all see why I got that right there? Him, great influence. Let me see what he finna pull out. Let me see what he finna pull out. Let me see. Let me see. Uh-oh.
Hey, what you got back there, bro?
Uh-oh. Is that twins?
Where you been? Hey, now I got you though, bro. Listen, man. Hey, to the end of the podcast, to all the fans watching, to the people that might watch next week, the week after, and the week after, this to y'all. Cheers, prosperity, and blessings.
You feel me? And just like that, hey, he take his shot. I done took my shot. This weekend I'm gonna take some more shots, and we out, baby. Live in the Huddle podcast. Stay tuned. Subscribe. Say it again. Like and subscribe. There you go.